In the beginning was the Word, birthed from pen to page by Phyllis Wheatley, Frederick Douglass, stewards of a rich literary lineage. But before that, before the color purple, we real cool, the caged bird, and those winter Sundays too, there was first the spoken word. The ancient and spiritual tradition of breath giving birth to the word, the griot, the bearer of a people's story, tales told, entire communities and cultures captured as chapters and cataloged in the memory to be retold. Memories danced ancient choreography on the tongues of those appointed, anointed to bear witness through words. Do you hear? Word. With breath as heritage, our literary ancestors adopted then the pen as weapon. This is what Hughes, Ellison, Angelou, Morrison offer us. Their witness, their testimony, they remind us of what happened, how it all went down. Did you hear? Girl, we got diamonds at the meeting of our thighs. Brother, we wear the mask. Did you hear the writers ask? Did you hear about the ghastly bodies swaying in the sun? Did you hear about the singer who stopped playing and went to bed with the weary blues echoing through his head? Thank you, Langston Hughes. Did you hear, still I rise? Did you hear no more flood, the fire next time? Did you hear the revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised? Did you hear how we lived? How we lived from Gwendolyn's Bronzeville to Hughes's Harlem. How through the years we've loved our neighbors and praised our neighborhoods. Sonia Sanchez, how have we treated our women, our bodies? How have we rejoiced, Miss Maya? Did you hear the caged bird? Word. Word. This is what the writers ask. The activists, the artists, their words and work are witness to our lives. From colonization to Reconstruction, from Jim Crow to Black Panthers to Ferguson, stories have been told and retold. What will be told of us? What is being witnessed now is being written. Putting pen to paper, breathing words into a room, we are the witnesses of our time, called to the stand, the altar, released from our pens, words gather like a jury, a congregation strung snugly in their pews to deliver sentences, bear witness, and between the lines upon lines upon lines of our poetry, stanzas crack open to offer the space within which you are invited to bear witness to. And we witness where space is placed, where space matters. Call it a moment of silence. Call it our response. Call it necessary. We speak easy. When we write of love and romance, we string words together one after another on common threads, strung loosely, holding in place our fragile humanity. We write also of struggle. These are thick and angry yarns, careful not to strangle. We have seen too much of the noose, so let these be draped loosely too, around ourselves and each other, so it is both. We swaddle ourselves in our stories. We hold in place our fragile humanity, or we bust it wide open at the seams to reveal the pop-pop of our current state of affairs. Do you hear the call and response of our times? Hold still, I can't breathe. Hold still, I can't breathe. Hold still, I can't breathe. Hold still, hands up, I can't breathe. Breathe with me. We give breath. We give breath to George Floyd, to Eric Garner. We give breath to Breonna Taylor, to Elijah, to Sandra, to Trayvon. The list goes on, so infinitely on. We give breath. We placed space where it matters. Call it a moment of silence. Call it a response. Call it necessary. This is how we use words and the space in between. Do you hear? This is how we live. This is how we breathe. In coffee shops and workshops, we put mighty pen to paper and we write to offer a call, a response, a call to action, a response to that which must be changed because the revolution will never be televised. Word? Word. Which is to say, I hear you. Woo, ladies and gentlemen, Robin Watson joining me there. My name is Akwi Inji, and thank you for tuning in for Art Born in the Battleground, an hour of words, dance, and music presented by The Hook, a performing arts organization founded in 2016, based here in Cedar Rapids, and we are in the beautiful historic venue called CSPS Hall. And Robin Watson joined us today. She is actually from Philadelphia and recently made her home here in Iowa. In 2016, she served as the tap instructor for the Broadway sensation Shuffle Along, and among many noteworthy highlights on her resume, she's collaborated with and performed under the artistic direction of Tony Award winner Savion Glover for the past 9 years and has collaborated with Grammy Award winner Rhiannon Giddens. Thank you, Robin, for sharing the stage with me, and you'll see a little bit more from Robin later. And I cannot imagine an Iowa-born artist with whom I'd rather share the stage than this man, Kevin Burt. Kevin, among many accolades, is the International Blues Challenge champion under three categories, and has just recently released his new album called Stone Crazy with Gulf Coast Records. Kevin's humility, passion, compassion, talent are incomparable, and I cannot imagine sharing the stage with anyone else. So we're going to have a little bit of a conversation with my words and your music. How does that sound with you, Kevin?
That sounds beautiful. Always.
All right.
Always. I ain't got no problem with it. I know you got to live your life, baby. I ain't got no problem with it, darling, no. Just living your life. Baby, you ain't out here trying to do nobody wrong. Honey, I think that's all right. I ain't got no problem with you, darling. You gotta do what you gotta do, yeah. I ain't got no problem with you, darling, no. You just doing what you got to do. You ain't got no problems with me, I understand this here. I ain't got no problems with you, no. You see, it used to be a time I'd be wondering what was going through your mind. And if I looked around long enough, ever wonder what it is, I just might find. See, I ain't got no problems with you, darling, no. You just out there living your life. Baby, you ain't out here trying to do nobody wrong. See, honey, I think that's all right. See, that's all right. how things they might have been. And now each and every time I see you out there, I'm saying, there goes my very best of friends. See, I ain't got no problem with you, baby. Oh, you just out there doing what you got to do. You ain't got no problem with me. How the hell it is I'm supposed to have some kind of problem with you? Oh, you can't explain that, can you, at all? Oh, I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with it, baby. I said, oh, no, I ain't got no problems with you, darling, no. Understand you got to live your life, baby. You ain't out here trying to do nobody wrong. Honey, don't you know? I think that's all right.
Kevin, that's beautiful, my friend.
Thank you so much. I
don't know, Kevin, about you, but this is going to be the most Iowan thing I probably will ever perform. And I don't think you and I have ever had a chance to be in a grain bin. But this is a poem about a farmer who was in a grain bin. I have never been in a grain bin, though I know it's a dangerous place to be for any farmer. An adult can sink knee-deep in the corn in the time it takes to tie a shoe. Like with quicksand, wiggling to freedom is impossible. In the time it takes to lace a boot, a farmer completely disappears. The grain beneath his feet sustained him, and then suddenly it didn't. He was sucked into the grain, first to his knees, and then his waist, and then his neck, and then 18 inches above his head, so there was only silence, darkness, 250 pounds of pressure against the inhale of a rib cage. There was the sinking in and out of consciousness. He would go peacefully. He would let his life go with dignity. The kernels would be plucked from his skin eventually. The younger brother would tend to the cows. The prom date would find another. He would have suffocated, except for the ventilation mask, a gift from his father which produced no oxygen but filtered out the dust and thus sustained him. For 5 hours, his heart beat 123 times a minute. 5 hours, long enough for a father to realize a son was missing. Rescuers came. From above, they clawed through the sea of grain. They cut slits in the base of the bin and they shoveled corn out by hand. They sent contraptions in. They dislocated shoulders for him. They dug and they dug and they dug until they were met with a body that showed signs of life. But it's not any of this that matters. It's how they found him. He'd been clinging to a rope as he fell. But the swiftness of gravity forced him to release it so that when they discovered him, it was first his fingers poking up from the corn. And then they unearthed the slender arm, how like its spire. It reached through the landscape, reaching for a father, begging to be saved. When what sustains us is lost, we cling to what we can. For some, it's the power of the steeple. For some, it's another's hand.
And when you think about it, baby, it's been a long, long time looking for a love like you find me. Kept asking for it, praying for it, hoping for it. And when you found it, baby, you would open up your eyes so you could see. when you think about it, baby. I spent a long, long time looking for a love like I found in you. I kept asking for it, praying for it, hoping for it. And when I found it, baby, I wasn't sure what it was that I was supposed to do. But now I'm older now, wiser now, and I understand some way, somehow. I got to keep you, baby, here in my life. I never needed another. I finally understand why there is no need to look no further for real love, baby. I said a real love. The kind of love that we should hold on to is a real love, baby. Wow, wow. Oh, it's the kind of love I want to share with nobody else but you. Yeah. Now when we think about it, baby, whoa, we spent a long, long time searching for a love like we found in one another. But there are questions we both know we need to ask ourselves. For either one of us should go on any further. Always dreaming about a future, stuck living in the past. So baby, these are the questions both of us know we're afraid to ask, and I just know, honey, I don't want no other. I'm so glad, child, we finally found each other in a real love, baby. I said a real love. The kind of love that we should hold on to is a real love, baby. Well, well. Oh, it's the kind of love I want to share with nobody else but you. I said it's a real love. Hey, yeah, 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 it's a real love, baby. Kind of love that we should hold on to. It's a real love, honey. Well, no need to look no further. I better open up your eyes and be glad we found each other. Say, day-o, day-o, mama be I-o, yeah. Don't look any further, further. I say, day-o, day-o, tell you I-o, yeah. Don't look any further, further. I said it's strange when you think of the chances that we'd both be in this state of mind, too cool to be careless. We look for the right thing, girl, baby. Don't you look no further. I say day-o, I say my day-o, mama G-I-O, yeah. Don't you look no further. I say day-o, I say my day-o, jump me you, I-o, oh, 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 yeah, 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 oh.
That's real love. Real love right there, Kevin Burt. So you have two daughters.
I've got two daughters.
I have two daughters.
We have that in common.
We have that in common. We know a thing or two about a parent's love for their children.
Absolutely.
When I think about the parents' love for children and some of the work that I do, I think about that time, Kevin, when I was a youngster, I thought I knew everything. My sister and I had gotten lost. We thought, where could Mom be? The sun was starting to set, the wind was picking up, and not only were we coatless in the middle of winter, we were underdressed. Why? Because we were in middle school, which means we were stupid and stubborn, and at that moment, we were two stupid, stubborn, lost sisters. And I thought we would be lost forever, with no home and no coat and no mom as the icy wind sliced through that black night. We huddled together, my sister and I, between an empty building and Jiffy Lube, and I thought for sure we would freeze together in that tiny space as the wind fiercely whispered around us, "Now who's lost? Who's going to wish? Whose wish is lost now? Whose?" And I imagined I would be forever responsible for my little sister. And I thought we'd watched Annie enough times. I was sure we could pull this whole orphan thing off, right? And then I was reminded of the little match girl. And here we were with no matches. And I thought, this is it. This is it. And then across the parking lot, I spotted Mom. And I was filled with both jubilation and disappointment that we'd lost the opportunity to see if we could make it on our own. Oh, but into that icy wind we ran. Now who's lost? Who's going to wish? Whose wish is lost now? Whose? As a mother, when I brought my first infant daughter home, I received the advice mothers often receive when you bring an infant home from the hospital. Nap. Nap when the baby's napping. Well, mothers don't nap. We know that when we close our eyes for just those brief moments, that's when the crazy stuff goes down. Like the summer that we left my 7-year-old daughter at a rest stop in the middle of nowhere on our way to the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota. I was napping in the front passenger seat. My husband was driving. And I awoke to my husband asking, "Where's Amaya?" Still in the heavy fog of sleep, I thought, the back seat of a car has never looked so hollow. That snapped me awake. State troopers were called. We swung a U-turn and headed south. We knew exactly where we'd left her, but the fear of losing her wrapped itself entirely around me. How far had we gone without her? How many minutes had gone by? Every 40 seconds, a child goes missing or is abducted. Time stretches so far and long when helplessness is involved. We're coming back for you. Please be safe and sound. Those who are lost aren't found. 68% of abductions involve somebody's daughter. I do not want to appear on Good Morning America begging for my child. 92 miles per hour, 98 miles per hour, 102 miles per hour. There is no speed fast enough when you fear you're losing your child. I tell myself she's not yet lost. She's only right now on the verge of loss, on the verge of missing, on the verge. We drive faster. What was she wearing? Will that become important? I think instead of her hair, the scent of it after a bedtime bath, I think of her soft cheeks, her laugh. I want her. The memories are instantaneous but watercolored. I want her now. And here is this interstate, a no man's land between us here and her, where by now, and she is too trusting in the goodness of strangers, and there's too much time between us, too much distance between us. And then we spot the rest stop, and he's going 117 miles per hour, and we fly into the parking lot. I jump out of the car and run into the building. She smiles when I call her name. "Well," she says, "this is turning out to be some vacation." We drove. We drove and we drove and we drove, our fear thick and heavy in the air. She was naively content coloring in the back seat, but we drove and we drove and we drove, trying to shed that desperation born from the verge of loss, trying to shed that stubborn fear. The sound of the car in movement, the pavement, the tires. Now who's safe? Who's safe and sound? Who's safe and sound now who?
As a dad, the only thing you can really think about all the time when you think about your babies is that they're okay. And so this is my story to my babies. I actually wrote this song when they were 18 months and 4. They're now 17, 21. And I just hope it hits you in the right spot. It's called Your Smile. It goes like this here. See you every day and night just to make sure everything's alright, because you know your daddy's little girls. Hey, you know that daddy always wants to be here for your babies and make sure everything is alright in your world. Wanna hold you in my arms, keep you safe and warm. Don't you know you got your daddy screaming out loud. Each and every time you're out there, baby's doing what you do. You know You make your daddy so proud. You make my life worthwhile. You make my life worthwhile. Oh, darlings, when I see you smile. 99. I wanna hold you in my arms and never let you go. But them babies, you never grow, and that's not what Daddy wants at all. Daddy just wants you to understand, no matter what you do or say, yeah. Daddy gonna be here to catch your honeys if you fall. Just remember, when Daddy has to go, you know he misses you, and I know you miss me too. Oh, but Daddy can't wait to get back home again, babies, and spend my time all snuggled up with you. You make my life worthwhile. You make my life worthwhile. Oh, sugars, when I see you smile. 99. Just to see you smile. 99. One day you gonna spread your wings and fly away, and that's okay, 'cause baby daddy understands that's what you're supposed to do. Oh, and daddy's gonna cry that day, but don't you worry, baby, 'cause that's what daddy's supposed to do too. Just remember, no matter where you go, no matter where you roam, your daddy's waiting with open arms. Oh, to give you that big daddy bear hug, baby, as soon as you step one foot back in your home. Because you made my life worthwhile. Oh, you made my life worthwhile just to see you smile. 99. Just to see you smile. 99. Oh, when I see you smile. 99. Just to see you smile.
It's beautiful, Kevin.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful. So in a moment, we're going to welcome back tap dancer Robin Watson. We'll also hear again from Kevin Burt. In the meantime, we get to see a little bit from our youth living and creating in Iowa. One of the goals for the Hook has been to provide a place where the stories, voices, and experiences of everyday people from all walks of life and various stages of their creative journeys would be woven into our programming and honored on stage. And obviously that also includes youth. So the next section spotlights Youth Rising, an ensemble that explores politics, community, and young people's place in it all. Dancers are under the direction of Leslie Nolte, with spoken words originally written by youth writers Miriam Kita, Claude Sahid, Sarah Rosales, Jilly Schmidt-Key, and performed today by Lucy Polyak and Camila Cook. Here is where even the young, the youth in our community, learn the power of unity. Here is where they mask up, rise up, show up, and band together as brother, as sister, to fight for freedom through peaceful protest, to pledge their allegiance to peace and justice, to raise their voices for freedom, to love, for equity, because they know we are from trauma and triumph, from persecution and perseverance, borders and barricades, battlegrounds and home fronts, and yet we rise in love. We are from genocide and gentrification, from headdresses and assalamu alaikums, peace be upon you. We are from melanin skin holding hands up in defense or a fist up in defiance. We pledge to love each other fiercely. and stand for each other in policy, because we are the people. We are the people now. We are the people raging like the seas on a stormy night, our bones like fire, our love for each other the summer breeze of a new America. We take life and liberty back, my friend. We have always been one of the people, one of the many people who makes this country great, brave, free, because we fight for unity, for justice, for freedom to love. We are the people. They know we are the people now, and the youth, they are fighting and loving, protesting and growing, knowing the power of hope, and waiting for their chance to vote.
Amazing grace.
Imagine.
How sweet the sound.
Imagine a world in which a woman doesn't shut herself inside her home, inside her heart, inside her mind, but reaches out for help.
That saved a wretch like me.
Why should she be blamed for wanting to protect herself? You're full of sin, they say. Turn to Christ today, but maybe, just maybe, there could be another way to go about this. Maybe instead of judging, we could ask about faith in a different way, other than shunning. But here we stand, twisting hymns into our own meaning.
I once was lost, but now I'm found.
These words were not meant for us to oppress another.
Was blind.
If only we could see it more clearly. A woman's vision and love for her own body, for her own life.
But now I see. So hello, my name is Deb Alan. I'm a songwriter, one half of a band called the Weepies. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I'm a mom of 3 boys. I'm a survivor of childhood sexual abuse and incest, and I'm an Iowan for the past 8 years and the foreseeable future. My body's been through a lot, my woman's body. And for a long time, it felt like a battleground. In the last couple of years, it started to feel like a sanctuary. I'm going to play a song for you called Holy, Holy. Here's hoping we can all see the holy in each other.
Life is like a river, never the same one twice. We also daily differ, moving here in place. I look into a mirror and barely recognize. Inside I feel so ugly. Until I see your eyes, you help me see I'm holy, holy. You help me love my only body. Your love is a light I can see by. I see you, I see me, holy, holy. I see you, I see me, holy, holy. I put my hand to water, the water to my tongue. It tastes of sun and moonlight, it tastes like moon and sun. A sacrament of blessing, a candle in the church, cathedral of the branches, the sacred world. Help me to see I'm holy, holy. Help me to love my only body. Love is a light I can see by. I see you, I see me, holy, holy. I see you, I see me, holy, holy. I see you, I see me, holy, holy. Holy, holy.
Thank you, Deb. You're a dear friend and a true light in this world. I love you. I am Leslie Nolte, and as the dancers get set for the last piece for Youth Rising Ensemble today, I just wanted to take a moment and say how proud and honored I am to work with these young people every day. The arts make the world a better place. Creating is for everyone. And as Youth Rising Ensemble, it is our goal to give young people a voice, a place for action in their politics, in community, and we hope to inspire the next generation of voters. Please welcome to the stage, Youth Rising.
I don't want to live in a world where hate wins. I don't want to live in a world where my body is not mine the way yours is yours. And in another 19 years, when I can run for president and I have daughters of my own, I want it to be known that I stand for science. I stand for a woman's right to choose. I stand for justice and the human right to more than be, but to thrive. I want it to be known I use my voice for kindness, for good, for change.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when your head is much lighter. Someday we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday when the world is much brighter, brighter. Oh, child, things are gonna get easier. Oh, child, oh, child, oh, child, things will get easier. Oh, child, oh, child, oh, child, things will get easier.
That's so cool. I love that. I always thought that I should tap dance, but no stages are really weight tested for that. This is a song I put together that I wrote actually in New York. One of the nice things about being a musician, you get to travel. This song is all about the concept of love at first sight, but you can't do anything about it. So I hope this hits you in the right spot. I heard this song. This song's called Something Special About You. It goes like this here. I see you walking by my door in a smile, 'cause I like what I see, so I run outside. I try to catch you, but you've already passed me by. I go back inside, but I can't seem to get you, baby, off my mind. I keep thinking about you, wondering about you. I don't even know your name, but somehow I feel my life has changed, because I feel the need to let you know, baby, that you move me in a special way. I just want one chance to say that there is something special about you, baby. Make me smile each and every time I think about your pretty face. And there is something special about you, baby. Make me smile and want to get to know you just a little bit better. And maybe someday, baby, you pass by my way again, and I'ma run outside and I'ma grab you by your hand, and I'ma tell you right there, right then, darling, just how much I wanna be your man, baby. Oh, and I know that just might scare you away, but that's a chance I have to take. I can't go another second, minute, hour, darling, without knowing your name, 'cause you see, you're some kind of superstar. At least I think that you are, because you shine so much brighter than all the others by far. There's something special about you, baby. Make me smile each and every time I think about your pretty face. And there is something special about you, baby. Make me smile and want to get to know you just a little bit better. And maybe someday, baby, I'll see you and you'll see me, and our eyes will meet from across a crowded room, and I'll smile and you'll smile back at me, and then I'll tell you exactly what it is that you and me are gonna do, honey. Oh, we're gonna walk up to each other and grab each other by the hand, and I'm gonna say something kind of cool about you, and you're gonna look at me and say, hey, baby, I feel the same way about you too, and then I'm gonna tell you about that day when you pass right by my way, and then you know exactly how long, darling, I've been waiting to see. It's something special about you, baby. Make me smile each and every time I think about your pretty face. And there is something special about you, baby. Make me smile and want to get to know you just a little bit better. Is something special about you, baby. Make me smile each and every time I think about your pretty face. And there is something special about you, baby, that makes me smile and want to get to know you.
Kevin, there's something special about this moment, that the Kennedy Center, that Facebook, that CSPS Hall, that you, that Leslie, all of these beautiful young dancers, that Robin, everyone behind the scenes that pulls together an event like this, even in a pandemic, There's something beautiful about this moment.
Absolutely. There's so many people, there's so many moving parts, and so many people that are looking at each other and just sharing a moment with the highest level of respect and esteem for one another. That's a cool feeling, because that's been missing.
And even in the midst of tumultuous experiences with the pandemic and the summer and a reawakening of a lot of issues that we need to contend with in our country, there is love, there's joy as a revolutionary act, there is the desire that we all have to make sure that we all feel loved, including our children, including our daughters. This is a piece that I wrote in the context of women's right to vote. Shrink, they said. Be small and soft, full of sugar and spice and everything nice. Smile pretty. Avoid the messiness of dirt. This is what we were told. Know your place as mother, as wife, as girl in your home. Say in the 1860 of a Walt Whitman's America, we heard the varied carols of the men, the fabric of this America then, their work essential, their singing heard as it was deserved. But then, and then, finally many lines down the line, down the page, down the poem, down the way, were the mothers, the wives, the daughters. But then to war went the men, and we snatched our chance. We took our places, the mothers, the wives, the daughters. We signed up, lined up, showed up. We smiled pretty and got messy as railway guards and ticket collectors, bus drivers and tram conductors, postal workers, police, firefighters, and factory workers. We wove ourselves into the narrative, the fabric of a new America then. We took our places beyond the home front to the front lines and the headlines of history, and that history becomes our history in the strong hands of the mothers, of the daughters, of our girls, even, yes, of the artists, because these people of all people, we know how to mend, we know how to heal, we know how to bind together, we make clean, we make strong, we make brave, we make free. We make free, we break free the way we broke free with Susan B. and all the others who lined up, signed up, showed up, so that in 1920 women, we were 8 million strong in election one. 8 million strong in election one. And we grew stronger. We kept lining up, signing up, showing up, so that by 1964, at the polls, we outnumbered the men and have in every presidential election since then. Women, we own the vote. We own the vote. It is not without the help of our brothers along the way, so we raise our voices. There is no choice but to hear us singing now, the varied carols of our voices singing, the mothers, the wives, the daughters. Let us lead. We balance the soft, rounded curves of compassion with the jagged, flamed fire of power and passion. We make career out of passion. We wrangle with the naysayers and we grapple with inhibitions. We move mountains. We shift tides. We lead change and we rise. We are brave. We'll leap, climb, rise, run, band together to ignite change, and we'll vote. And through our vote, they'll hear our voices singing.
That's real power. You know, there's a lot of things that as a creative soul that run through your mind at a time like this. And one of the things that I encourage the world to do is never forget to listen to the music. The music, the poetry, the art, the dance, all of this stuff gives us signposts, guides. If we listen, the story's already been told. You know, there's so many times that we have to ask the question, what's going on? And we see it. But every once in a while, the best thing that we can do is we can make a choice to just ourselves decide to be better. Doesn't matter on what side of the fence, you know that you can be better. And so this song is called Got to Make a Change. Hope it hits you in the right spot again. And yeah, enjoy it. I wake up all alone, thinking about this old world that I live in. I see now that all the rules are gone. I realize I am my only friend. Do I learn about my future or spend my time thinking about the past? Only thing that seems apparent about today, if I do nothing, there's no way I'm gonna last. No, no. See, I got to make a change in the way that I've been thinking about my life. And I've got to rearrange, Lord, the way that I always prioritize. You see, it's just about the time for me to realize that I've got to make a change. Got to make a change. Now I walk among the people, surrounded by the masses, but I'm still alone. Stereotypes and social classes sometimes keep a man from feeling he's at home. Am I dwelling on a past life or seeing visions of a day that's yet to come? The only thing that seems apparent about today is I'm not sure if I want to face another one. Oh, no, no, no. See, I've got to make a change in the way that I've been thinking about my life. And I've got to rearrange, Lord, the way that I've always prioritized. You see, it's just about the time for me to realize that I've got to make a change. I've got to make a change. Now I'm back inside my own space. I'm thinking about the world like just behind my door. All of these people up in my face, oh, they got me wondering if I can take it anymore. Should I worry about my own life or the children that one day I will call mine? But if we keep on doing nothing about today, I don't want to see the world we're going to leave behind. Oh, no, no, no. See, we've got to make a change in the way that we've been thinking about our lives. And we've got to rearrange, Lord, the way that we've always prioritize. You see, it's just about the time for us to realize we got to open up our hearts. We've got to open up our minds. Lord, 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 Lord. See, we got to make a change. We've got to make a change. Lord, 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 God, yes, Lord. Got to make a change.
It's beautiful, Kevin Burt. I would love for our youth to come on over and just crowd the main floor real quick. We are at the closing. We are at the final hour, and I want to make sure that you all come on out and we just in the house start clapping for our young people. Yes.
Come to the middle, everybody.
They're going to be making a change. Making a change. Absolutely. And thank you to Deb. Thank you to Kevin. Thank you to Robin. Thank you to Leslie. Thank you to Facebook, to Kennedy Center. Thank you to CSPS Hall, cspshall.org. My name is Akwi Inji, and this has been the Hooks production involving all kinds of people. Thank you for joining us. Woo-hoo.
Thank you.